Oh God.
Welcome back to the UMR In Summary podcast. My name is Dallas Lansanese.
I'm Nathan Dozier.
I'm Jesse B.
I'll cut that up a little so it's smoother.
Oh, it's
Continue.
perfect.
I won't.
Oh, not, dude. Who needs? We have welcome back our three yearly listeners. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know one of you are a coworker of mine, so I appreciate you.
Thanks, Bart. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, if we're
You
naming
guys
people,
rock.
thank you, Rachel, for listening. I
Yeah, I want
appreciate
to thank our
you.
Patreon.
Send me money. My
Patreon
Venmo.
that doesn't exist. Maybe someday. That would be great.
Dude,
I don't
we
think
would
I know
probably
any of our listeners.
we I don't. I made up names. My
Oh,
mom.
I
Uh,
actually one of my coworkers actually told me she listens. So
One name drop.
which is so awesome. Thank you, Rachel.
yeah, thank you, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel. Rachel, you rock.
And then speaking of name dropping Brooks, past president, we had our
Hey.
last hall director end of semester meeting yesterday.
Hmm.
And in that we were talking about what do you do during winter break because there's a lot of downtime. Like how can you stay actually focused? One of the
Mhm.
things was do some professional development. And in that he was like you could listen to podcasts. And I said, what podcasts? And then he was like, yeah, you could listen to the UMR podcast. And I was like, yeah, dude,
Shout
someone
out
else
to
could.
Brooks.
You could do that.
Yes.
Shout out to our second listener, Brooks.
Yeah.
You rock.
Thank you, Brooks.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
That's sick. But
Okay,
yeah,
so today we are doing um a conference recap, I believe.
yes, sir.
Before we jump into that, though, I had asked y'all a three-part question. I don't know if anyone thought about their answers.
Nope.
No, but I'm pretty good on the fly.
Great. Okay, if you could create a holiday, what would you call it? How would you celebrate, and what time of year would it be at?
I got one already if you want me to go first.
Yeah, you go
Do
first.
it.
I'll
Yeah.
figure this out.
I was like, you probably will have a better one. Mine's just for funsies. It would be Noodles Appreciation Year. It'd be every day of the year. It would be everywhere, and we'd appreciate my cat and her wonderfulness. And when she inevitably passes, we'll build statues in every major city in America.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of took like the general like broad strokes of what I was going to make for a holiday. Now I have to back up a little.
Okay.
I have to make something a little more practical because you just kind of went to the 100. Do you have something, Jesse, that you already have since you made the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually didn't spend time thinking about it either, but
Oh,
Nice. That's how I would do
I
it.
yeah, I know. And I even put pressure on y'all to think about it beforehand. Um, let's see. I think I'm gonna stay on the noodles theme, and I'm sure International Noodles Day is a thing, but no one celebrates. And so I would bring it to the forefront. We would celebrate, we would have the day off. People would make noodles. And probably it would be around the same time as the winter solstice because that's the time that people need hot food.
What's your favorite type of noodle?
Soba.
I
ooh,
don't know what that is.
oh, soba?
Um, do you
Yeah,
know
what?
what yakisoba is?
Yeah, the soba.
Like the little,
Like the
it's an alternative to ramen, basically.
yeah, I was
Cool.
gonna say it's just like another Asian noodle.
Yeah.
I will say, you can assume I'm just ignorant with most things. I just don't know a lot of things.
You know a
Using
lot of
people
things.
first language, I should have said noodle that is Asian.
But no, that's cool. Um, I had an answer. That's why I asked my favorite noodle. Um, the the noodles that you use, maybe it's the same noodle, low key. The noodles that you use for chow mein.
Those are, I think, slightly different, but yes, same idea.
Yeah,
Same concept.
I like the thinness, and then if you put them a lot together, oh, the texture.
I love them.
Yeah.
Um,
My favorite noodle is most actually, yeah, they're the exact same noodle. Chow mein and yakisoba are
no
basically the
way.
exact same
Wow.
noodle.
We
Yeah,
have the same
they're
idea.
not that different.
Nice.
My favorite noodle, I hate to be this guy. Thin spaghetti though.
Like
Like thin,
Asian hair?
yeah, no, not angel hair because that's like eating like carbon fiber. Right? Like that's like the stuff that you use to get your energy.
Yeah, that's real.
But I want a little thicker, but not full spaghetti thickness. because that's what my mom used to make meatless spaghetti when we were younger. We're not
Mm.
vegetarians. That's just what she liked making.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Did she put like a substitute in? Like, was there eggplant or was it just
Nope.
cool?
Sauce and noodles.
Great. Love that.
Best spaghetti I've ever had in my life. And she made it for me like 2 months ago. And my wife makes spaghetti pretty often. She was upset that I said, "This is the best spaghetti I've ever had in my life again."
Your poor
And she was
wife.
just like, "What about mine?" I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you, man."
And you were on the couch. No,
I didn't apologize. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
good.
what can you
Stand your
do?
ground. Yeah.
Um, I did figure out my holiday.
Great.
So I would call it opposite day because it'd be opposite day, but it'd be federally mandated. So
Yeah.
like it'd be a requirement. And people are like, "Oh, well, I shouldn't have to." Yeah, you will. It'd be punishable by jail for the whole day. Because an opposite day, if I put you in jail, that just means you're not in jail, right? So it's not infringing on your rights.
You're right. You're
That's
right.
true. That's true. And then when people are like, "Oh, I have freedom of speech." Now, an opposite day, it's opposite day. You don't. So,
This is good.
yep. So, opposite day, I do it on April 1st so we can replace April Fools because April Fools is the worst holiday. There is not a prank I've had on April Fools where I was like, "Oh my gosh, you totally got me." It's April Fools. You're not getting anyone. Everyone's already been gotten.
I don't
Thank
know
you
if
for
you
coming.
noticed, but as you were saying that, I mirrored my screen the other way because it's opposite day or whatever.
That was
I
kind of brilliant. I saw motion, but I was honestly watching
Can you
you.
mirror it again?
Yeah, I'll put it back to normal because I don't really like looking at myself like this. But
I think that's only
it's
for your view. I think it's
you're gonna
not.
see it on the recording. You're gonna see it on the
That's real.
recording.
That's true.
So
Will I don't
will
think
it? Because
I
I'm the
don't
one
know.
recording. I'm the one recording, so
Yeah,
you'll see
but that's
my
for your
view.
view. I don't know. I think it records just your camera. I don't think it records what your.
Bro, who
Well,
knows?
fine.
Who cares?
I
Sorry,
care. I know I care.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I wouldn't be saying it if I didn't care.
No, that's facts. No, that no,
That's
I
yes.
agree with that. Yeah, nice.
Not printer.
No, dude, that's facts. No printer, bro. I swear. No, that's real. That's real.
This is getting out of hand.
Not fake.
Jesse, your new job's keeping us on track, man.
Yeah, it's not me
Yeah,
anymore. Yeah, come
that's
on.
That's
why I
true.
volunteered for it.
That's true.
Um,
That's true. I'm sorry.
okay, let's do highs and lows from the conference. I know that was a while ago, but I trust your powers of memory.
Um, High from the conference for me, because I've volunteered myself to go first.
Okay.
High from the conference for me, even though it's not a session, it was hanging out around the campfire with just a bunch of people, and there's just kind of like a come and go aspect of it where there'd just be different people in the conference who would come by, say hi, just hanging out, playing a little bit of music out there, and just hanging out with people I care about. It was a good time. Low from the conference was not winning best costume for my Radagast the Brown outfit because I didn't realize, and I should have realized, this is my B. This is me showing that I'm an early to UMR professional, that most of the costume contest was going to be higher education puns. Otherwise, I probably would have called myself the Maxient Wizard, or I would have called myself some.
Boo!
Well, the Maxient Fairy won. So what do you mean? What do you
Boo!
mean I lost because I didn't make some sort of like, oh, I'm Star Rez, the or Star Riz, the Riz Fairy. I don't know.
No, that's dope. Write that one
Next
down.
year.
Put that on the whiteboard.
That is not shade for the record. Genius idea to
Yeah, it
utilize
was.
and talk about every single day to get more attention to your costume. Just didn't cross my mind. That was on me.
Your costume was excellent though. And
Mhm.
for the record, it was so good that I didn't recognize you for the entire time that I was in the room with you during that first event.
The worst part, that's really funny. The worst part about that is I was in that costume when we had the trivia night,
Mhm.
and that's when they did prize and everything. There were people I sat with who I made connections with, who I saw the next day and had to reintroduce myself because they didn't recognize me.
Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
I think that's a note for me in the future that if I'm trying to make connections, don't do it as a wizard.
I want to
or have
dispute
business
that,
cards.
but yeah, that's better.
That probably also would help.
You can do it as a wizard though,
That's fair. I'm gonna have the same outfit next year. I'll probably wear it.
unless you decide to be Star Riz.
I'll probably be Star Riz, stroking my beard the whole day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you have anything else to add before I hop in?
Please hop in.
I forgot that there was a costume contest. That's funny. I was a banana. Definitely forgot about that. You said you trust our memory, bro. I don't remember what happened last week. Let's see.
Did I
Uh,
remember that you were a banana?
bro, it takes a while. Memories, highs and lows. I won't use a similar vibe of your high since you said like that. I really liked and this was one of like the top 10 programs. I was a part of I sat in on the non-apparent disabilities
Mm-mm.
um,
Mm.
uh, presentation. I was actually able to I actually saw it before, like the night before. I was hanging out with the presenter and some other people in like the lobby or whatever. And she was like making sure things were good and like going through it. And I was like actually able to like provide input. So that was cool. But then actually seeing it presented and like being able to like participate in that space was nice. Uh After the presentation, I remember going up and being like, this was the best presentation I've ever seen at UMR ever. And I mean, I've only been to like three now. I say only. Um, so, but that's like what I've sat in. How many sessions would that be? I don't know. How many sessions are in a day? I don't even know. They just be going. They just be happening.
Like
That's
4 or
probably
5.
30 sessions that you've been to.
So like let's just say that then yeah, I've been to a roughly around like 30 sessions, and that was definitely like the best one I've seen. Um, I guess another high, I really liked I mean, I always liked the Pecha Kuchas at the end of the conference.
Mhm.
But those Pecha Kuchas gave me an idea of like what I would like to present potentially at next conference. I have an idea. I'm not going to say it because someone's going to steal it. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, you would steal it and probably do it better. So those are some highs. Lows, fun answer. I didn't get drunk enough. Actual answer.
That's
uh,
real though.
uh,
That's real with affairs professionals.
Remind me, I need to tell you a story after we're done.
yeah, for
Continue.
sure. Yeah. An actual low, having to leave. I love conference time, and it always like I go in feeling pretty like drained from just like the regular work position. I go to conference and I'm like, wow, I'm in the right field. And then I
Mhm.
leave and I'm like, damn, I really like that space. Why can't I be there all the time? And that's why I signed up for another committee. But those are my highs and lows.
That's great. Okay. I had a lot of highs. One of them truly, this is not me trying to butter you up, but truly was hanging out with y'all. And I think broader, I actually knew people this year, which was nice. That was my entire goal with joining committees. So yeah, it was a great time hanging out. Just the casual like comparing housing stories, talking about life, all of those things. It was fun. Low, I'm an introvert and conferences are exhausting to me. And normally I forget that feeling at events, but this was not one that I look back and I can still remember all of the moments that I was like, wow, this is a lot. Um, so probably that I was like not at the top of my game because I was just tired.
Oh, trust me, as an extrovert, draining. Absolutely draining. I
That's
was
good to know.
pouring my entire self into every conversation because it's like this person doesn't realize that I just told this story 2 other times. That's my B. Like I should have told it less times so before I got here, so I could have been a better Nathan for you.
Well,
That,
I
that was
I
that
couldn't
was
tell.
that was not me advertising Dallas. That wasn't. Have you seen that show?
No, no,
Okay, never mind.
no,
Okay, I thought you were laughing because I
no,
said Nathan for
no,
You, which is one of my favorite shows, but not the
no,
point.
no.
That's
I just
Amazing.
thought what you said was funny. It's like, oh, it was my fault that I said
Yeah,
something too much. It's my
it totally
fault.
is. I'm bad at budgeting, including my own energy, and I can't figure out how to like. I come to this podcast, and I'm having a great time. I'm gonna go back out there and drain and be like, "What do you guys want from me?"
If you have a hard time balancing like things, you could rewatch one of the podcasts we've recorded that we talked about how
Um,
we could help manage and balance kind of like our life and all that. So
hey, I
Yeah.
subscribe now, and when my face popped up in my own subscription box, I had like a fight or flight response.
yeah, yeah.
It was just like a who took that of me? I
Anyways,
did.
I started shooting. No, it's like, oh shoot. Yeah.
Um, okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, speaking, and this is a great transition actually, is how to get the most out of a UMR conference because I think like it is draining. There are a lot of people. Sometimes you make connections and then don't get to follow up later. Sometimes you don't make the connections that you wanted. You end up at sessions that you don't like or that maybe are not as helpful as you thought. All kinds of things. You don't get drunk enough, you know. Uh, so, what's your advice for people attending UMR for first or second time, how to maximize that conference experience?
BYOB. Kidding. Didn't say that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
cut. It's gone. I think I think the best thing you could probably do is people always say get out of your comfort zone, talk to people. I'm saying ignore your part of your brain that has the instinct that you want to fit in.
Mm,
Ignore that part of your brain that says, "Oh, if I screw up this interaction, I won't ever be able to recover from this."
yeah.
And instead, just brute force those conversations. And if you mess it up, it's the exact same as if you didn't talk to the person. If you wanted to talk to a college and be like, man, I really want to make this connection because I want to work there one day, if you don't talk to them, it does worse for you than if you made a bad impression. And they'll be like, well, I met them at UMR, so they have to be at least like interested in housing. So make yourself memorable in some way, even if it's not exactly what you were looking for.
It's good.
I think when you earlier said that you were putting your whole self in like everything, I think that's how you get the best experience or the most out of any conference you go to, but I guess specifically UMR is like putting your whole self in every single interaction, everything that you're doing. Um Regardless of how that comes off, regardless of how you're feeling. I don't know. I also like do it going to all the things and doing all the things. So like if there's like entertainment at night that's being offered, like going and watching or participating. If they're I don't know if they did it this past one, but 2 UMRs ago there was like a morning like mile walk slash run.
Yes, that did happen.
Mm.
And so like
Not this year, but a couple years ago.
I remember, yeah, when that happened, I remember the night before I was at the hotel bar until like 2 in the morning, and then I woke up at 6 to do the walk. So like, just put your full into it, man. Um, Even if you're a little groggy and you don't know what's going on, just hey, man, it's conference and it's awesome. There's so many things, like there's so many people. Like, yeah, if you mess up one thing, walk away. Ah, damn, fuck that one up. That's fine. Just I got the next one though. I learn, and I keep going. Uh, Participate in the raffle. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Mm-hmm.
fun thing. I like that. Um, Sign up for a committee so your conference
Yeah.
feeling and in engagement and involvement can extend the entire year. Um, Et cetera, et cetera. I could go on. I won't for the sake of the sake, you know? I'll
Can
yield
can I
there.
real quick,
Oh yeah, you can.
Jesse? I need you to. This is where you're gonna take a clip, and this is gonna be what we utilize real quick. We need to talk about raffle etiquette. We do
Do it,
because
please.
okay, the real problem with the raffle, and this is me, and it's because I violated raffle etiquette my first time, and there is someone out there who remembers my face who hates me in another university. I don't know who he is. This is my formal apology to you. Whoever you are, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. What I did was in the last 30 seconds of the raffle, I went over last year to the cast iron pans. Everyone wanted the cast iron skillets. They were great. And it was just below the number. And I waited for the last 5 seconds. And I wrote my name as we were clocked off. And the guy walked over to write under me and they said, nope, you can't write anymore. That's not cool. That's not a
That
cool thing
no,
to do.
that is cool.
Can I tell you why it wasn't cool?
Go for it.
I still haven't used these cast iron skillets. Not a single time. And that guy, if he sees this, I hope he doesn't. If he sees this, he's going to be fuming. He's going to be livid. And it's my fault. I apologize. I I didn't mean to. I was younger, 2 years younger. I've grown a lot since then. Back then, I was a wee 25-year-old lad. Now I'm a strong 27-year-old professional. And I
Mhm.
know that if I had the chance to redo it, I would give you those skillets today. But I gave them to my dad for Christmas. What can you do? So that's my apology. I'm sorry. We
Thank
need
you
to
for
figure
that
out raffle
confession.
etiquette.
I mean, yeah, so don't do that. See,
No,
that's
no,
it.
no, no, you should know. And I'm going to be the other side of that coin. That's a heads and I'm tails, baby. You need to be as, if you want something, you take it. You are ruthless. You put your whole self into that and you wait until those last 2 seconds and you get those cast iron skillets. You get that game day experience at NDSU football with Brooks Hetley and Ryan Nostrom. You get what you want. All right? Because that is how you succeed in life. You take life by the bottom and you squeeze it. You just squeeze it. All right.
I
Well,
take back my apology. That guy can get wrecked. I got those skillets fair and square.
You got it fair and square.
My guilt is absolved. I have taken
Absolved.
I have taken better advice than I could have given myself. So sorry, man. Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put them on the raffle and then I'll outbid you on my own item.
I wow.
Uh,
I don't even know where to go from there.
well, we all know like housing and res life and higher education is just ruthless and cold blooded. We all know that. All right,
Yeah.
let's stop beating around the bush. All right, like none of us are good people. Think about that one. I'm kidding. Okay, now since I've said that, I might as well. Remember earlier I said I want to present something at UMR?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The topic was going to be, or the title, something along the lines of like, you're not a good person and that's okay. And the idea is higher ed professionals always think they know everything they need to know about how to like support people. And
Mm.
sometimes you maybe are you push too much or you're not actually giving the support that the student needs, but like you think you are because you learned a theory sometime or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
um or like we all think, oh, we're all good with like diversity, equity, inclusion topics because we work in higher ed. No, you're not. Okay, so like I was gonna do something like that, and I was just gonna bash myself a lot, and hopefully other people took it like to heart as well. I was gonna say how I'm not a good person. I might switch it to I'm not a good person, and that's okay. And then they can relate it to themselves if they need to. But
Mhm.
but
No,
because
I like the topic.
yeah,
Yeah.
Uh, I do like the first step that you take to try to get people into your presentation is accusatory. But it's just like, hey, you wanna try to prove me wrong? Then come to my presentation.
Hey, that works though.
Oh, it totally does. People love the presentation. What was it? The art of not giving a fuck or something like that was a
Oh
really
yeah.
good presentation.
Mhm.
Love that stuff. Oh, but Jesse, what's your advice to get the most out of UMR?
Um, okay, I am gonna offer a counter to both of you because I feel like we just gave extrovert advice and I'm gonna give introvert advice. Um, okay, I would say show up to as many things as you feel like you can, without going insane because you will meet people and have more opportunities and people will know your face. Um, However, if you don't get to all the things, your career will not die where it is.
No way.
What?
There's no way. There's no way that's right.
It's true.
Tell me that there's no way.
But
It's true.
Jesse, but if if my career won't end the day that I don't show up to one of the programs, why
Mhm.
does my boss make me go to all?
Well, if your boss is making you go to all of them, that sounds like a conversation you need to have with your boss. I don't want to incriminate anyone. Um,
You can incriminate someone because I'm that boss.
oh wow. Okay. All right.
I'm that.
So my boss, Dan Chow, what a guy. Love him. He does make us go to socials. He is currently supervising two, or was. We recently had the other ADRL move to a different position, but was supervising for the last three conferences, two very, very introverted people. And so we would get to the end of the day and say, Dan, we don't want to go. And he would say, okay, I get it. I'm not like you, but I get it. And he said, you have to show up for 30 minutes. So this would be honestly my advice for introverts. Like if your boss is making you go to the things, if you feel like for some reason you have a social obligation to go to the things, give yourself a limit, show up for the time limit, and you might feel like staying. There might be a point where you're like, you know what? I actually like the people here, or I saw someone I know and we're having a good conversation. But if you reach the time limit and you're like, I'm having a horrible time, then you can just leave. You've done your rounds, you've made connections, try to get two business cards while you're there, and then you can go. And it's great. So that would be my advice to people whose bosses make them go to things.
I want to make a quick shout out. We have a little game we do that who can get the most business cards, and then we show them off like Pokemon cards.
As
And
you
then
should.
we do the like childhood, like, well, my Jesse B is stronger than your Dallas Lancinese.
It
Your Dallas
is.
Lancinese is weak
Yeah, it
to
is.
Jesse B's firepower. And it's great. Um, I want you to know that I was really good at fighting for both of your business cards to be superior.
Wow, I really appreciate that actually.
Of
That kind of
course,
made my day.
you're the two strongest business cards I had. So I just
What
wanted you
makes a
to know.
business card strong?
Bro.
Overall composition, its balance, how it looks on the like the little
It's great.
paper, like logo, color, things like that. You know, some business cards are more of an eggshell, some of them are more of a cream, you know.
It's true, it's true.
Most of them are paper white.
Yep. Well,
Dallas,
shout
you had
out
something.
to the Cornell marketing department because I had nothing to do with my business card. But
Heck yeah.
it is pretty cute. I do enjoy our business cards.
Yeah, it's a nice business card.
It's a good one.
I
Yeah.
do a really good job of if I ever do get a business card, I lose it. Oopsies, where to go? I don't know. So
So when you
uh
say you do a good job,
yeah.
do you is is that just a blanket statement toward you did a thing?
Hey man, I'm good at everything I do, even if it's bad.
That
Hey, way to own that.
Think about
valid.
that. No,
That's very
yeah.
valid.
I am who I am in every situation in space. So
Am who I am.
yeah.
Here, let's see. I think I got, yeah, y'all's are the only, no, just kidding. Nope, you guys are the only ones, that I got.
Wow, that was a real roller coaster.
Yeah, no, this is from last year.
It was censored.
Yeah, that's good. It was good. It was good.
That was
Redacted,
not on
redacted,
purpose, but it
redacted.
worked.
That's really funny. It's like this is the only business card I have. No information.
Well, I don't want to give it away, you know?
Well, no, that was a really phenomenal censoring job.
Yeah, it was not planned, but I'm glad. But I have my little oh, that's a Starbucks gift
That's
card.
Starbucks. Who works at Starbucks that went?
Did you know that if you say the funny numbers on the back, it'll censor them in the UMR podcast Zoom meeting? Just hold on.
Really?
Yeah, if you just tell me what those funny numbers are on the back of that Starbucks card, it'll censor it.
Okay, great. You ready?
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
Yeah, he's
of
just
course,
trying
of
to.
course you should.
He just wants
Yeah,
Starbucks. Like,
yeah. I just want free Starbucks. I'm not drinking enough Starbucks right now.
what are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on a Celsius that I poured into my empty
Yeah.
Starbucks glass that had a pink drink in it, but with cranberries.
I will say, I mean, people
What?
do that because the Starbucks cup is like a status thing. So it's like, oh, if you have Starbucks, like, wow, look at me, I'm cool. And people be like, well,
Dang
I'm
it.
a
I need to derail. I'm so sorry. I need to tell you this. The reason I do it is different than that. It's not a status thing. I have a personal theory that I will not execute, but I believe that there is this like perfect drink, and it is made by having a cup that you don't clean and you keep pouring new drinks into. And eventually you'll just get the perfect combination of drinks. And it's just called like the ever drink, where you just won't ever drink that same drink again because no one else is going to put those same things into the same cup with the same residue and residuals. So eventually, one day, if you have just a little bit, if I have this little bit of Celsius and I pour coffee over it, no one else will ever taste that. I will.
yeah, that's how they
That's
made
my drink.
Everclear. Yeah. Well, that's what Airheads actually does with their special like secret. It's just the bottom
Yeah.
batch or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
always
Well, it's
different.
like in I think I'm not gonna say the country because I don't know what country it is, but there's this soup that's been cooking for like
Yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
And they
Take.
just keep putting more soup into it, and there's some
Mhm.
old soup in it, but then you
Mhm.
mix the new soup in, and it
Yeah.
kind of just continues the flavor. It's the best soup in the world, allegedly. Why can't I make that into my own drinks?
No, I agree 100%. I'm gonna start doing that. I will to now never wash this cup again.
I will find a cup to not wash again, and we will do this. And you have to drink out of it every day, though, so that it doesn't grumble.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you have to be consistent.
I'll keep going. I'll keep going.
Okay, on that note, we're at time. Uh, anything y'all want to add about conference going? Last little tidbits.
Um, I think we had announcements. I think we had a new commander in chief of UMR.
We do. We do. Are we all ready for that?
Yeah, you
I
got
think
it.
so.
Can I get a drum roll?
How do you do that
I,
without like
I don't think it's going to
yeah,
work.
yeah. I
There, yeah, okay,
Yes,
that works.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Okay.
Claps, claps, claps.
Okay. This year's UMR president is Carrie Fitzwater. Absolutely, Carrie.
Woo! At ease.
You can't tell us that. Carrie has to tell us that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Well, I
hopefully
guess
she's
we're gonna sit here
listening.
and salute for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's true. Till we get there.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna
Um,
get to Iowa, and she's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You're my president." Like,
kidding.
okay, at ease, dude. And just like, "Thank you." And there's just gonna be this big mark, and it's gonna be like an open wound because it just hasn't separated. Dallas is halfway there.
That's horrible, actually. Carrie, if you are listening to this, and I really hope you are, shout out to you. Also, comment below so that Nathan and Dallas can stop their salutes.
Thank you, Carrie.
Um, thank you, Carrie. We're excited to have
Sherry
you.
said it, Dallas. Sherry said it. She did. She did. Trust me, it's in the comments. Watch.
It's gonna be in the comments. Okay. Um, would one of you like to give the summary statement for today?
No.
Yeah, so in summary, do you say no? In summary, there's a lot of ways actually to get involved, and there's a lot of different ways, especially just according to how you can operate at a conference to get involved and get connected. So do what's best for you, but also make sure that you're not going there with like, I don't want to be there. Go there with like a strong, you just want to do what's going to make you successful and what's going to get you to the next step in life. So, in summary, you be you.
Also, don't wash your water bottles.
Don't wash your water bottles, or else you won't get ever drink.
Yeah, and that's been the UMR in Summary podcast. We'll see you next time, folks.